Hey, it's Don Skaggs again for Empowered Inventing. The one place where we try to help you behave like a successful inventor or entrepreneur, but guess what? Because guess what? If you can behave like a successful inventor or a successful entrepreneur, the chances of being one go right through the roof. So anyway, I want to talk to you a little bit today about how to hack a trade show. And these are actually badges from 4 different trade shows that I've been to in the last few years, and actually I've got like almost a tree of these things, just all kinds of trade show badges that I've collected just in the last little. I suppose if I had them all from over the years, it just weights you down. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to bring these as an object lesson of the different trade shows and the how to hack basically a trade show without even having to have one of these badges, without having to go there. So, and you know, living in the 21st century has an amazing amount of great advantages that you didn't have before from 1999 and before. And one of those great advantages today that we have, a great tool, is the ability to hack information. It's huge. Now, going to a trade show is great, and if you can go to a trade show, it can be a really good tool if you do it right. We teach classes and videos on this, but going to a trade show can be very expensive. The cost can be very high. So having a booth can be expensive. Let's see, which one of these? One of these I have. Oh yeah, I was an exhibitor at this one. So you know, if you have a booth, booths are expensive. I think it was probably upwards of $2,000 or $3,000 for a booth for this little 10 by 10 booth. The traveling to attend this one, I was just an attendee at this trade show, and just traveling as an attendee to a trade show can sometimes also be cost prohibitive. Let's say you live in the Midwest, like I do. I live in Kentucky, and let's say the meeting is in California, or it's in Washington D.C., or it's in New York City. You know, like that can, if you've not got a lot of money, if you've got a limited budget and you don't have a budget for doing that for your business, for your startup, for your invention, then that can be cost prohibitive. So how can you get the benefits of going to a trade show without having to bear the cost of actually going there? Well, there's some great hacks you can do for this. And first and foremost, number one is to use their website. Every industry, doesn't matter what it is, has a trade association. I don't think I've ever seen one that does not. In our little niche industry, which was just a little piece of the medical lab called the histopathology laboratory, the medical lab of hospitals, they had their own trade association. It was called the Society for Histotechnology. Every trade association usually has a trade show once a year. So, and sometimes they even have more. Sometimes they have like regional shows. Ours did that. Ours did that even with the, as small as it was. It wasn't a huge show, but it still had other shows. So there's trade shows to be had. There's trade shows out there. So every industry has a trade association. Every trade association has a trade show. And every trade show, I've not seen one that doesn't yet, has a website. And on those websites, those trade shows usually have an exhibitor list. Sometimes it's the current one, or the one upcoming. Here's everybody who signed on. They're doing that to try to get more people to buy those exhibit booths, get that exhibit booth space. So they're on there. If that's not on there, sometimes they have an exhibitor list from the conference that they just finished, the trade show that just ended, or the one from last year. Either way, those exhibitor lists are extremely valuable. It's like, think of it, if you actually paid, you went to the trade show, you were walking up and down every single aisle, and you got to visit every single booth in that entire trade show. Well, guess what? They're all there on the website. All those companies, all that contact information is there. Now, let's say that you can't even find the association or the trade show. Well, there's a great hack for this. So number one, find a well-known competitor. Somebody who's in your industry, they're selling a product maybe like yours, maybe it's the predecessor of what yours is going to be, and don't tell me you don't have any competition. Everybody's doing something to solve your problem until you came up with your new thing to solve it. So don't say, oh, well, there's no competition. There is somebody is doing something to try to solve this, and there is an industry of which you are wanting to sell your product. And sometimes the more niche the better, especially if you're just breaking into a new industry. But that's besides the point. So back to how to hack into this. So try this hack. So find this one well-known competitor, find the name of the company that you know would be at the trade shows that you would want to be at. Then Google their name and add the words exhibitor list. Now, you'll be amazed at what happens here, because most of the time what will happen is every trade show that they've been an exhibitor at will pop up. Now all of a sudden you've got a list of trade shows that you can pick from and look at and say, oh, look, they went to this one. Look, they went to that one. Oh, look, they went to this one here. And now you've got a really great starting place for this. Now, treat these contacts that you're getting off of this website just like you would if you'd actually gone to the trade show. And when I say treat them just like that, don't treat them like the people who really are bad at going to trade shows do. And what I mean by that is you come back with this big bag full of swag, you come back with this big bag full of business cards and contacts, and then it sits in the corner of your office, or the corner of your room, the corner of your business, and it never even gets opened. And they stay there like a loaf of bread that just goes stale and moldy. So don't do that. You've got these contacts. You want to work these contacts. Follow up, follow up, follow. And it doesn't matter if you're going to the trade show. By the way, this was the IGA trade show we went to in DC, which is a really cool trade show for my industry, helping inventors and entrepreneurs. But anyway, don't let that. So follow up with these contacts that you make. Follow up, follow up, follow up. It's very, very important that you follow up. Doesn't matter if you'd actually gone to the trade show or if you're doing this remotely from the web. You have to follow up. But I'm not saying be pests, but I'm saying you have to have things on a schedule where you follow up with people. And if they ask, and you may even preface it by this, you say, well, you know, I wasn't able to attend this particular show, but I wanted to be sure and make it a point to reach out to you since I did know that you were at this trade show. If I'd have been there, you'd have been one of the first people I would have come to see. And by the way, make sure you really mean that if you're saying that. But you get what I'm saying here. You're making them feel important, and you're connecting with them without having to go to the actual trade show. So anyway, this is just a really cool hack. I've been doing it for years. It really works well. It works in a wide variety of industries and products. So try it yourself. Let me know how it works out for you. Let me know in the comments or send me a message. I'd love to know if this was helpful for you. But again, I'm Don Skaggs. This is Empowered Inventing TV. Be sure and like, subscribe. If you're looking for more content, more information, check out our website, empoweredinventing.com. And I will look to see you at the next meeting, workshop, maybe one of our online classes, or on the next video.